Hi,
How are you
how
doing?
you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good as
Um,
well, thank you.
so yeah, just different end of the world. It's 8 p.m. here. I'm in Vietnam. Is it 1 o'clock where you are? Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
one
in the
one o'clock
UK.
in the UK. Yeah,
In the UK. Cool.
yeah.
Makes you feel any better. It is raining here.
I think it's just started here, to be fair, but yeah, I wouldn't have expected you to say that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's kind of tail end of rainy season, so yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So just wanted to jump on here. We sort of connected on Instagram, haven't we? Had a bit of a
Yes.
chat backwards and forwards, and so we just have a little collaboration, a little chat. Um, so do you want to introduce your background and explain where you come from? And
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So yes, hi, I'm Trace, and my business is Blooming You. My background is in HR and learning and development, so kind of connected really. But a lot of my background has been in supporting people in early careers get through their studies, like apprenticeships and graduate schemes.
Mhm. Yeah,
So I left corporate last year and decided to build my business, which is all around supporting people who are stuck in career decisions. So
yeah,
when I stumbled across your profile, I thought, yeah, there's a connection there. That would be good.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so my exit really created the opportunity for me to do something that had been on my mind for a while. So I had this idea of, I'd love to coach people, support people. Um, can I do it? Am I going to do it? When am I going to do it? So really, it just brought everything up to the front for me, which was a brilliant opportunity. It may have taken me a bit longer otherwise,
Mm.
but it's meant I can build something that fits around me, which is really, really important. Um, and it means I can use all my experience and my background to help people that, a lot of us find ourselves at one point or another in a bit of a weird place with work where for
Mm.
whatever reason, it's not quite a fit anymore. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a little bit about me and what I do.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So just for your followers who might not know, I'm on the page Rise Beyond the 9 to 5. Been running it for a few years, and well, it's gone quickly. But 11 months ago, we left the UK as a family, and we traveling full time as a family. And we're currently in Vietnam. So yeah, that's my story. I was 25 years in the corporate world, and just I would say it was a woke up one day, but it was just gradual realization that did I want to do this for the next 25 years? And seeing kids grow up and how fast my daughters were growing up. Suddenly it was 12, and I got a 4-year-old as well, and realizing that we still had a time to impact on their lives. So yeah, that's my background, and I'm all about motivating women to think outside the box, to look at, you know, building a life, building an online business, look at the potential of that. And, don't feel like you've got to work, your 9 to 5 and, for the rest of your life. There's lots of other options and opportunities out there. So yeah,
Mm,
that's my
love that.
background. So yeah. So I mean, what's your life like, now that you quit your corporate role? I mean, do you,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
what's
yeah,
your before and after story?
okay, fine. Yes, I have a little one. She's 9. I've got a lot more opportunities to be there for her, which is really lovely. So getting involved in that mad rush before school, although it's a bit of a
Yeah,
nightmare, being able to see her out the door is really, really nice. Having opportunities to go and do things around the school when there's the invite to go and do something, rather than trying to juggle my calendar or juggle multiple things, which means a lot. They grow up so fast, like you said. If you don't grab those opportunities, you
mm,
know at some point she is not going to want me around, and I know that's probably not
yeah,
necessarily far away. And even things like just being able to go to the gym when I want to, take the dogs on an
mm,
extra long dog walk rather than rushing back.
yeah. Yeah,
That's a
it's
few
just the
examples.
choices, isn't it? It's the choices not to like
Yeah,
have lunch break when you want, or go for a walk when you want, or not, go away when you want, and not have
I
your life
know.
dictated by someone saying, "Oh, this is when you can take your annual leave. This is when you can have your lunch break," and you know,
Yeah,
and being able to.
absolutely.
I think it's all about not fitting work around, not living around your work, but fitting work around your life, which is the way it should be. You know.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
Yeah.
when everything happened with COVID, the opportunities did change and people changed the way they worked and there was a lot more flexibility. But it seems to me like it's slowly creeping back to a lot more kind of fixed working, office working. That seems to be going back to being the norm again.
Yeah, yeah, I know that I know people back in the UK, but actually all over the world, and because I've still got offices in London that they're trying to get, other cities, trying to get people back to
Yeah.
the office, and you know, and a lot of, a lot of parents are saying, well, no, I want to work from home because I want that flexibility to be around for the family and the
Yeah,
kids. So,
in the other side.
and actually, like, you don't need to be in the same office. Yeah, we've proved, a lot
No.
of people will prove that it can work. So, yeah,
Yeah, and obviously it works for some people, but I don't think that has to be the only way.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So just talk about how you can. I think you mentioned at the beginning about feeling stuck, and I can relate to that. There's definitely times, where felt, am I feeling fulfilled?
Mm.
I've got a lot, have I got that purpose I want from working? And, you know, um, how do you help, women get unstuck? What do you suggest they do? What sort of steps do you take?
It tends to be the people that I work with, it doesn't tend to be there's like any one dramatic thing that's wrong. It more seems to be, like just a feeling of something isn't fitting, maybe the balance isn't there or the environment's not right. So I find people often come to me with a bit of a something's got to change. I think I've got a few options, but it all feels really overwhelming. Where do I even start? Because I'm thinking about this nonstop and the thinking's not getting me anywhere.
Mm,
Um, so that tends to be the norm with people that I speak to, and then I find it's a case of almost taking it back to basics of what are your values, what's really really important to you, how
mm,
does where you are stack up against that now, and
mm,
how do your options stack up.
yeah,
And I think the most common sort of feedback I get is even just talking about it makes a massive difference. Getting
yeah,
out of your head where it's going round and round in circles and not really come to
mm,
any conclusions. And then the accountability as well of having someone sort of along by your side to work it through. And be there, because there will be some wobbles. There will be some times
yeah,
where it's not necessarily going to plan.
yeah,
But it can look like burnout as well. That's one of the things I see. The world that I'm in is just not great for me right now. And sometimes it's the mental load as well. There's just all these juggles going on of however many calendars in the house, the
yeah,
clubs,
yeah.
the yeah,
The noise, all the noise, and like the juggling
the
everything.
noise.
Just
Yeah,
all the emails from school, and like, oh, constant like
I know.
this day and that day, and yeah,
Yeah.
like on top of you know just everything else, like balancing work and all the household stuff and family stuff, and
Mm,
yeah, and yeah, like the dread when, I mean, when you've got like try and find time off to go to events at school that are always at like
yeah.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. It's like, yeah, I've got to work till 5. It's like, yeah,
How?
it's not,
How?
it's not, yeah, the 9 to 5 is not built for mums at all. Like,
Uh,
like, you've got 7 weeks holiday, you've got to like try and find childcare for, and yeah,
I
yeah,
know. I
yeah,
think I think it was a bit of a short, sharp shock for me because before COVID, when I was doing literally 9 to 5 in an office 5 days a
yeah,
week, my little one was at nursery and
yeah,
didn't really think twice about the fact I could drop her off at 7:30 if I
yeah,
needed to
yeah,
and not pick her up till 6:30.
yeah,
I sort of took for granted, but
Yeah.
that all felt really doable at the time.
Yeah.
And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden everything changed. It's like, oh, how do you do this? How
No.
do you make it work?
I know. I know. I know. I can totally relate. So, also the one that, yeah, just talk about being stuck and giving a career advice. And one of the things my default, I think, because, you get stuck in your comfort zone, don't you? And you're like,
Mm,
you secure a place and you're like, it was always to like, because I was actually made redundant like 3 times. But each time
yeah.
I look back and I think, why didn't I get, I ended up with, reasonable good packages each time. And, I always landed on my feet and I got another job. But I look back and I think, oh, I should have taken that opportunity to actually build a business for myself or work for myself. But my
Mm,
default was always to like get a job, get another job, get a secure job, um, and not sort of step out of my comfort zone. So, how do you know, how do you deal with that? How do you advise people? Because that can be quite a kind of fear-led approach, but often not the best approach because, you know, yeah.
I think I think it can be that when you're looking at your options and you think, well, do I go it alone? Do I go back into a role? It all sounds and feels really big to just literally black and white thinking of it like that. So for me, it's about breaking it down into smaller things because
Yeah,
otherwise it just sounds like something that's completely unachievable, and how would you even start? But I think there's a
yeah,
lot more inspiration out there as well now,
yeah,
like what we're talking about and other people that we talk to. It's like, actually, it is doable. Ideally to have a runway or a bit of financial backing behind you, but actually there's lots of things you can be doing to get
yeah,
started and get moving.
yeah. And you don't have to like jump all in. Like you don't have to like
Yeah.
quit your job and then start a business. Like I've had lots of different side hustles and businesses over the years, and I did it all along working full time. Um, yeah, you just like you can build a business in your lunch break, and you know
Yeah.
you're when you're sitting in the car picking your kids up from I don't know sports, of when you turn into sports and all those little
Yeah.
chunks of time that and when the kids are
Create.
napping and when they're obviously in the evenings or when they're in bed, it just
Mm,
I think it's hard. Like it's easy to just sit there. Like we've all done it, haven't we? We like the kids go to bed and you turn on the Netflix and you think, oh, I'm just going to watch 3 episodes of this and that, and you think, oh yeah, just chilled and relaxed. But actually, like in that time, you could actually like look at the longer
get quite a lot done.
picture and actually use that time to do some personal development training or start building a
Yeah,
business.
I agree with you, but I think it's important to have boundaries in place around that. Because
Yeah,
even if you said, I'm going to cram in an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is in the evening, if
yeah,
you've got that fixed amount of time where you're going to do something,
yeah,
and make sure there's that balance in place.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So you
definitely.
you juggled full time and setting up multiple businesses.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had did e-commerce and Amazon's sold on Amazon and various other businesses.
Ah,
Yeah, and then I built Rise Beyond the 9 to 5 up, built that up to like probably like 10, 20,000 followers within about a year while working full time. So, um, yeah, I always had this kind of like entrepreneurial spirit and always wanted more.
mm,
But I also wanted the security of getting a paycheck at the end of the month so I can completely
yes.
relax both. Um,
Mm,
but reaching a certain age and just looking at the end game and realizing that there's more to life, and
mm,
being able to travel the world, have location freedom, and yeah, just experience life. You realize that time
yeah.
is more valuable than money sometimes.
Mm,
One way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm jealous. Have you been out and about and traveling? Have you got a location you're going to next?
We're going to be in Vietnam for a while, and then
Okay.
yeah, we were in Australia before that, and then yeah, not sure yet. Yeah, well, yeah.
Options.
This is the old me who used to plan everything. Has completely changed and doesn't know what's happening next week. But we'll be here for a
Go with the
while.
flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
no. But yeah. So what would you say to, what do you want to say to people if they want to jump on board and get some advice, or just message you, get in touch, or
Yeah, message me, get in touch. So my account's all Blooming You, or I've got my Facebook is in my name, Trace Horan. Um, but yeah, I think it's useful just to start with a conversation of what's going on in reality and what kind of support is needed, um, to then go for it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Likewise, if anyone wants any advice on my story where I am traveling while schooling, just
Yeah,
message me. My inbox is always open, and
yeah,
yeah, just happy to connect. Like I think we forget sometimes that it's social media, and we're actually, you know, like real life connections are really important as well. So that's why I
yes,
really enjoy starting doing these interview series. So,
yeah,
oh,
I agree.
well,
Good.
all right, well, good
Nice
evening
to
from
chat to
here,
you.
and afternoon there, and
Yeah,
yeah, and we'll catch up soon. All
yeah,
right. Thanks
lovely.
for
Thank
joining.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.